Good afternoon. Welcome to our daily trainings that we are doing every day at 11:30. That's Eastern time. So for those of you in California, wake up, right? Wake up, come on and have some breakfast with me. I try to keep the trainings to just roughly 25 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. Hopefully you get a good dose of information. If you are looking at getting any of the replays, Facebook has recently made a change to Facebook groups. It used to be called units. Okay, units. You can go jump into the Facebook group and maybe I'll show you. Let's go. Let's go for no better than like hopping into things, right? So I'll go and show you. There you go. So if you're in here, they're called guides now. All right, they're called guides, and you click right here. And under the guides, if you're interested in that video that I was just showing about the 5-day boot camp, you can go ahead in here and sign up. It's free. It's free. And in my opinion, one of the most extensive, newbie, high-level trainings that you can find. It's literally an agency in a box. So, okay. So newbie questions answered. I was doing the newbie questions for a while like this, but I decided to make it more in-depth on trainings. And so what I've been doing is I've been putting them under top trainings. So if you have missed any trainings this week and you're just looking to see what's going on, what's new, what are people asking, feel free to come over here to top trainings and you can do that. Probably going to be a pretty powerful one, pretty controversial for most people, right? So I don't know what people think, but let me go ahead and add it to the stream. But is high level a real automation tool capable of handling more than ClickFunnels? Okay, so to start right off, you actually have the question backwards. Just so you know, it's actually backwards. What you really want to be saying is ClickFunnels a real automation tool capable of handling more than high level? That's really what you want to say. So what I did here is I went through here and I started to put down some things to show you. So in the world of digital marketing, you have things called page builders. For those of you that may have just got into this world, when I say this world, into digital marketing, it's probably all confusing what's going on, right? So you have page builders that we use to build landing pages. This became really popular with Google Ads. When Google Ads were running, when I got involved in this, many, many years ago, many, as in like 6, 7, you build those. And then also you got the explosion of like a CRM. Infusionsoft really, like exploded onto the scene in 2011, 12, 13. I caught it in 2013 and exploded, right? So that's another tool. And then obviously the appointment stuff. So let's just go over here. I'm going to start typing things just so you guys get an idea. So you're probably familiar with the Infusionsoft tool. Another tool out there that I want to put down in here is ActiveCampaign. All right. So ActiveCampaign. And we'll be talking about that a little bit more because that is the tool of choice for people campaign. All right, if I can spell, right? That's the tool of choice for most of the people in ClickFunnels, if they all use ActiveCampaign, okay? So there you have there. You guys are probably very familiar with the appointment thing, right? So this appointment is generally like Calendly, right? So Calendly, right? Calendly. We're going to continue on here as I can just keep typing. The messenger chatbot, right? Most of you all know ManyChat. If you don't know about it, I will tell you about the one that I used, which was ChatFuel. So this is one of the originals. If you guys have never seen this one before, ChatFuel was actually a more robust thing, but ManyChat caught the attention of most of the population, the crowds. So the crowd effect. So definitely stick around with ManyChat. ChatFuel kind of bailed off there. Pipelines, this was a new addition where you'd actually find things. So if you guys don't know about Pipedrive, right? So Pipedrive, this is how you track stuff. Memberships, we know that ClickFunnels has a membership thing in it. They added that, but generally you are seeing people out there using like a third-party memberships. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, well, there you go. There we go. That's a good one for me. So I'm just going to abbreviate now. Infusionsoft, and we're going to put ActiveCampaign. We know about Calendly, and there was ManyChat, right? ManyChat, ManChat. How many people do that when you type it in? I don't know if you do that like me. Then you've got PipeDrive, and for the memberships is everybody is using Kajabi, right? So Kajabi. And paid ads dashboard, right? So there's different paid ad dashboards. I don't know what you guys use out there, but there's always a different ones. But I'm just going to put down here money. I don't want to reference anyone just at the moment. Call tracking. There was CallRail, right? So CallRail. And then reputation management, you basically got like the 𝑦𝒂𝒓 thing. Okay. So this is like what basically is out there. Let me do this before I erase all my stuff. So you have all these little different tools that digital marketers were using, right? And so most of you have all know about ClickFunnels. Right. So ClickFunnels is where you've got that page builder. And, you know, when I first started in the game, just like a lot of people, we actually all used 𝗲𝗲𝘃𝒏. 𝗲𝗲𝘃𝒏 was the all-in-one platform builder. And what was so cool about it is that it was built on WordPress. Okay. So if you had a little bit of an understanding of WordPress, you could pretty much build out all the other stuff and use the plugins. But this is really where the inspiration came from. You'll see a lot of the original landing pages that are in here. If you actually go into ClickFunnels when it first got started, I was diving into ClickFunnels in 2014, just to let you know. You'll see the relationship of the pages and stuff like that. It all basically, this was like the monster of the info marketers, right? The info marketers. So for those of you that, let me just go over here. Those of you that's kind of coming into the game now, there was a time period where the info marketers were a small group, very small. A lot of them were really based in like in the Europe and everything. This is the 𝗲𝗲𝘃𝒏. This was kind of like based out of there. And I caught it real soon. I saw the whole info marketing world, and Russell really blew up the info marketing world and then created ClickFunnels and just, I mean, he's just a monster. Absolutely amazing what he's done. Okay, so obviously back to this. So again, a page builder, right? So some of the popular ones out there, Lead Pages, you guys have heard of that. Instapage, if you guys have heard of this one. Unbounce, right? So I just want you to understand that ClickFunnels is a page builder. Okay, it is a page builder. And what they did is they decided to go try to add some cool stuff to it. So let's go hop into the ClickFunnels account. So in ClickFunnels, you know, you have all these little different page builders. And so what they tried to do is like, hey, let's become this all-in-one thing. And they introduced this thing called follow-up funnels, which, you know, just being a really good marketer, you can kind of persuade people to go the other way. But what he's doing is these are just email sequences, right? This is just like follow-up funnels was just emails, right? So cart abandon, upsell, post webinar sequence. And so that's really what this is. It's just like send an email after 24 hours, send an email, send an email, send an email, send an email. That's what it was. And so people really caught on real quick that was not like, this was just not really good. It wasn't a good functionality. And so what they did is that most of the people in ClickFunnels all went to ActiveCampaign. So you would see that most of them all use ActiveCampaign. And ActiveCampaign allowed for you know, tagging. It allowed for sequencing. You know, it allowed for like, if they do this, then do that. And so that's really where ClickFunnels is or was. But ClickFunnels is just one component. So now let's introduce, you know, the beast of all beasts, right? So high level, right? So essentially, even with Infusionsoft, which is where I've been coming from, my background, you know, I immediately saw the comparisons to ClickFunnels. Was like, great, it's just a builder. What I really thought is like, if Infusionsoft could buy ClickFunnels and put it into their software. All right. So let me just say this for a minute. So like I've been involved with ClickFunnels back 2013, and it is one of the most powerful softwares. Yes, people say it's confusing, but once you understand it a little bit, it's not that bad. It's just like how probably some of you are feeling when you're just getting into high level, right? So the thing that I said is I said, damn, if they could just put, if Infusionsoft would just buy ClickFunnels, if they could just buy ClickFunnels and put it in, it would probably be the most lethal software out there. Now, ClickFunnels does have some other downfalls, but I didn't really care. I would get over it. ClickFunnels, you kind of need, Infusionsoft, you kind of need Calendly too. They don't really have that. You still kind of need like ManyChat. They don't really have that. I mean, they do have pipelines, but it's not as robust as you see with like Pipedrive. The membership area, no, they don't really have the membership area. The paid ads dashboard, they didn't really have that either. CallRail, they didn't have that either. They had to have a third party, right? And Yext, just forget about it. And so literally on comes the scene, this guy, right? This guy. And so literally, come on. You know you want to, there we go. Come on. Okay, so on comes the scene is this guy, high level. And so, you know, obviously right off the bat, high level has ClickFunnels built into it, essentially, right? So let me just go here, and I'm going to go Tab ADD if you don't mind. I'm going to take these down. I'm going to remove these. And so as of right now, those of you, oh, and I'm not sharing my screen. I probably want, sorry. Let me share my screen. And what I was talking about here, and again, I apologize for missing sharing my screen here. I got to pay attention a little bit more. Let me put the comments on. This is good old StreamYard. If any of you guys are using StreamYard, we'll see if anybody's messaging. No, they're not. But what I was talking to you about here is that if they could only somehow build this perfect system to add all this stuff into it, because you had to keep paying for it. And then on comes the scene high level, right? On comes the scene high level. And so for those of you that have only been introduced to high level for like the last year, you don't remember the days before the funnel builder. And so, you know, I remember, you know, when they put this thing in here, if for any of you guys that are, you know, not using ClickFunnels, it's identical, right? So let's just go take a look at, give me a minute. Let's just go take it here. So what you got here is if you want to take a look at any funnel, right? So ClickFunnels, it's literally like they literally cloned ClickFunnels, not cloned it, but they modeled it, but they modeled it like identical, right? So let's go and try to click into one. And so here it is. You've got like your pages down the side, you know, and then you've got your pages that go down the side. There's your little image, right? There's your little image. Then you got over here, like your URL. Do you see it? Your URL. This would be coming over here. Once you add your domain to it, it'll pop on. You've got your little opt-ins, your edit to pages, your stats. If you look at stats, sales settings. So there's your stats, sales settings. If you notice right at the top. So stats, if you come over here, you know, it should look awfully familiar to you. So stats, we'll go over here. And I don't think I have any, so it's not going to really. So you see page views, opt-in, sales, earnings. So page views, opt-in, sales, earnings, pretty familiar, huh? And so there's the pages, and then you'd have that stuff underneath there. And then, you know, with sales and stuff, you come under here, and it shows no sales, of course. And of course, I have no sales under here. But you can start to see the similarities. The settings, right? So there's the settings. Let's go over here for a minute. We'll look at the settings. And so there it is. Like there's the name, there's a tag, there's a path, there's a favicon, there's your heading tracking code. And so there you go. There's the name, the domain, the favicon, the tracking code. So it's very similar, right? So very similar. So when you think about high level, what they went and did is they went and took a page builder. Okay, they went and took a page builder, and you know, I guess you could say the most popular page builder out there. And they put that into high level, right? So now they have a, we're going to definitely have to tone that down. That's a little bit too much right there. So they have a funnel builder, right? So now they have a funnel builder, or let's just call it a page builder, because that's really what it is. It's a page builder. But for you guys all know, you know, because Russell really knocked us out of the park, is a page builder. And then, you know, obviously what did high level go and do? They went and put Calendly in here, right? So now you have that whole appointment setting system, So there's the appointment, and I call it the appointment setting system. Okay. So when you're opting in here, you go settings. And if you look at calendars, and again, I just think that for those of you that are new to high level, like that name, I just wish it could be something different, because it's not really calendars. It's really like appointment setting systems. Okay. So appointment setting system. And so think of it as, instead of calendar, think of it as Calendly. This is like Calendly, where you go and set up different calendars, because your calendar is really Google, right? Google, which you can control by your phone and everything. And then you hook it up to here, you hook it up to your appointment setting system. So, okay, so you have Calendly in there, right? ManyChat, right? So ManyChat, literally, they have the whole, we can just say, for in here, inside the campaigns, you can use the messenger, right? So let's go take a look at that. So inside of here, if I pop into a campaign, and I'll go into the good old digital nomad one that we did the other day on a lesson, and we add this, like we could be using Messenger. See this right here? Messenger. And just while we're here, let's also talk that not only does it have to be in Facebook Messenger, but it could also be in text messaging, which ManyChat has a text messaging option add-on, but like you can go back and forth. So like if it's in Messenger, and if the client says this, right, all of the triggers apply. All of these things, they can use that positive intent, the negative intent, all the words, you can do special words, all that stuff. Okay. So that's in there now. As for this one, this is a kind of a new one on the scene, but like most of you may have missed the rise of this, but what an awesome, awesome tool Pipedrive is. And we'll just call this, like, I know I hate to use the word funnel, because you all think of funnels, you think of ClickFunnels. But I wish I could think of another better word, but it really is, we'll just call it your lead nurture management. All right. I'm going to call it lead nurture management. Okay. So let's pop into that just so that you guys have an idea of what that is, just in case if you missed it. I guess we don't need pipe by pricing. We'll get back to pricing, because obviously that takes a big thing. You're not paying all the individual pricings anymore. Right. So this is Pipedrive. There we go. And see what Pipedrive is? You just move your columns over, and look at that. See, if everybody see that? Does this look familiar? Those of you that are using high level, you notice how they're moving opportunities, and then they're dragging opportunities, and then they drag them down to won or loss, right? So that's where they went in and they essentially modeled, right? They modeled it. And you come over here, you can look at all the features and all this little different stuff that it does. Here's the whole thing, but that was what they did. So that is lead nurture management. Let me change my word just in case I use this. Okay, so now we do know that ClickFunnels has the membership thing into it. So that was a pretty cool thing they build. I actually still like them. I use them and everything. I'm not going to knock ClickFunnels membership area, but high level went and modeled the Kajabi. Okay, so membership area. So you have the membership area. The paid ads dashboard, right? So these paid ad dashboards, and I never used one. I would just bounce in and out of Facebook and Google and all the different stuff. But I know some of like super high digital marketers all use them, and I probably should, but I don't need to anymore, because now inside of here, you have the Google ads, the Facebook ads, the attribution. So like this Google ads, you can see everything that's going on in Google. You can see everything that's going on in Facebook, all the stuff that you want to see. And so they added it in there. And then you've got the other one, which this has been a huge fan of mine, or I love to use this one, which is, I forgot to do this one. So this would be paid ad tracking. And I'll also put attribution, because that's going to be huge now. The amount of stuff that you have to actually do to associate the attribution, to know what's coming from. High level has really got into it. Like you can get it down to the ad, and not only there, but you can also do it with the call tracking. Like you can get it down to, the actual like the phone number. And so I'll show you that call one in just a minute. I just want to complete this, but the call tracking, if you're not familiar with that, oh, wrong one, is down here, your call reporting. So literally you're able to like actually even track all that different stuff. So in general, right, if you wanted to go back and try to figure out, what does this cost? So what does a CRM cost? Add that. What does the landing page builder cost? What does Calendly cost? What does ManyChat cost? What does Pipedrive cost? Kajabi cost? The paid ads dashboards, which was like $97, the one that I looked at. CallRails, another $50. And then the Yext, which is an add-on. So all of these things are inside of here. And you're like, wow, that's so cool. Like, that's so awesome that I can save all that money. However, you may be missing the bigger point. And the bigger point is going to be this, is that it's now your name. It's your business. Your business name. Okay? So when you're speaking to these business owners out there, and this is, in other words, like clearly, right? It's called white label, right? Everyone must understand this by now. You can white label it. So now when you approach a small business owner, you're not like, hey, here's my affiliate link to ClickFunnels. Go sign up for $97 and I'll build you a website that you can go to Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, Webinly, and get a website for $35. You get what I'm saying? So you're not like even disclosing that. Like on top of that, they think it's you, right? You, like, who are you? Okay, I'm going to do ads for you. I'm some little marketer that I have nothing like that. Or, hey, I'm this marketer who has this incredible software. Like it's ours. It's our proprietary software. We are part of a larger network. I didn't build it. I'm part of a team and we're part of this larger network. However you guys want to pitch it to people, you can, but that's how I do it. And it's a tool that allows you, Mr. Business Owner, that you don't need to pay for all these different things that are essentially not only, like, you would say that most of them are required these days, but this is going to give you that competitive advantage. Mr. Business Owner, this digital world is exploding. And you better get on the train now or else you're going to be left behind. Think about all those small business owners that didn't open an online store. You're essentially dead in the water at the moment, right? That's why Shopify's stock price went through the roof when COVID hit. This is the one thing that I've been talking to. Excuse me, I'm going to just move this over. This is the thing that I've been talking to small business owners and why I'm able to walk into a business back in the day when you could and sign them up for immediately $2,500 a month. Like everyone on Facebook, they're like, oh, how are you possibly charging more than $1,000? Well, Gordy Guru told me that I'm going to go sell Facebook ads and charge $1,000. But how are you doing? How are your students doing this? How are you landing $2,500, $3,500 without batting an eye? It's because they're providing a full service. Now, for those of you who haven't been with me a while, I built a tool called Insutanto. It was essentially the tool before High Level. It had the website, the funnel builder in it. It had the bots in it. It had the social media tool. We had the CRM in it. And so by pitching a business owner the multiple services, right, where you're literally full control, you're able to command, a higher price. On top of that, it was interesting because when I came onto Facebook, people were like, whoa, like you have these large clients. How are you doing that? Well, when I first started off, I bought a white labeled version of GoDaddy. And I said, hey, Mr. Business Owner, I also own a hosting company. They're like, what? So as I'm walking in, they're like, oh, well, clearly you're not the first digital marketer to talk to these people, right? If you haven't realized that yet, realize it. Okay? But this other person's like, oh, well, I do social media posting and I'm, Bobby the marketer, right? That's it. But I walk in and I'm like, I have a hosting company. And on top of that, I own the Rhode Island Yellow Pages. They're like, what? Yeah, I own Yellow Pages RI. Like, I'm going to put you on free listing and I have the hosting company you can buy through me. People are like, whoa, you must know your shit. You must be a professional. They assume these things. And so when you walk in to these small business owners and you're speaking from a position of power, right? So I want to leave off with you real quick. Let's just get back into this. That here's what the opportunity that High Level is providing for you. That you can immediately, hello, I just want to get a color here. You can immediately transfer all of this super powerful system and transfer it over to you. And now you have that position of power when you're talking to small business owners. So anyways, I went a little bit off track, but this is how you should be looking at the difference between, ClickFunnels and High Level. Just kind of like think that through for a little bit. And hopefully this video explains all of that for you. Thanks so much.